We are about to go now for headlines across Africa, and Epe is on standby. Stay with us.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Headlines across Africa.
Well, for headlines today, we're going to Zambia, Tunisia, and Mozambique.
All right. Where are we starting?
Zambia with the Lusaka Times.
Nice. Uh-huh.
So the headline says UNDP Zambia and partners launch Safe Markets project.
Okay.
Ensuring business continuity in markets with compliance to COVID-19 measures, Lusaka, Zambia, on the 17th of February 2021, they had the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, in partnership with the Lusaka City Council and the Ministry of Health, launched the pilot phase of the Safe Markets, Safe Communities project today. And it's an initiative towards ensuring that the community markets are compliant to the COVID-19 health regulations. So it's a project that will strengthen knowledge and individual collective responsibilities toward adhering to public health regulations and also prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus in the markets. This was said by the Lusaka Deputy Mayor, Christopher Shakafuswa.
Yeah.
As Lusaka City Council, we would like to thank the United Nations Development Programme for supplementing government's effort towards the fight against COVID-19 in markets and look forward to a successful partnership in executing identified activities efficiently.
All right.
We had the Deputy Mayor saying. So to observe COVID-19, they actually restricted this event to only 14 guests.
Okay.
Yes, in compliance with the COVID-19 prevention measures, so
Right.
that they themselves will be setting a good example. Now, in attendance, they had the Lusaka Deputy Mayor, like I mentioned,
Okay.
Christopher Shakafuswa, the UNDP Deputy Resident Representative, Roland Seri, the Ministry of Health's Director of Public Health, Dr. Andrew Silumesi,
Okay.
the LCC Lusaka City Council's Director of Public Health, Edgar Muluwanda, and the Lusaka City Council's Director of Housing and Social Services, Dani Chibinda, along with 3 representatives from Nyumba Yanga, Chilenje, and Lilanda markets that were selected for the pilot phase.
Right.
So they handed over an assortment of equipment, cleaning and awareness creation materials to the Lusaka City Council.
Okay.
And this basically was emphasized to help protect the livelihoods of women and youth who work in the market by enabling them to continue their activities while adhering to the COVID-19 measures.
Okay.
I think this is a very important thing, and I believe a lot of other countries should actually make an effort because, I mean, the market is a very important place. As much as we're not looking at it, it's a place that provides food. It's a place that people go to for a lot of things.
Economic activities taking place.
So,
right.
as much as there's COVID-19, people are still heading to the market. And
yeah.
a market is one place. It's very difficult to observe social distancing because people are packed in stalls. And so I believe if the government and the city councils and local
Come up with
assemblies, set together, come up with a plan and know the way to meet with them or, get them to understand how they can observe all this, it would be good.
It would be. Because trust me, sometimes you're passing by a certain place that's well, it's not I mean, it's not something that you would think. It's a place where you'd say it's free of COVID, or more like you'll be very safe when you get there. Everybody's trying to get their goods sold. People try to just get themselves out there and get stuff. But hey, proper planning would solve the problem generally. Okay.
Well, moving on to Tunisia, we'll be reading from the La Presse Tunis newspaper.
Okay.
And the headline says Tunis Air CEO Alpha Hamdi sacked from his duties. Well, the Ministry of Transport and Logistics announced on Monday morning the dismissal of the CEO of the company Tunis Air, Alpha Hamdi, from his duties without giving further details. That dismissal comes amid disputes with the country's main trade union, the UGTT, and the financial crisis the company has been facing for years, which happens to be a crisis that has been exacerbated by the fall in the aviation activity.
All Okay.
Now, this happened following the pandemic and the temporary seizure, which was carried out last week by the TAV Tunisia on the bank accounts of the company Tunis Air. The interim seizure, which involved the recovery of 8 million euros compared to a total debt of 20 million euros, was lifted following an agreement signed on February 19, 2020, between the Tunis Air Group, the OACA, and the TAV Tunisia.
Right.
Not really the best.
Not at all. I don't really know why most of the times we have issues with our national careers and everything. I mean, if it's not collapsing, it's on the verge of collapsing. And then, which one did you talk about last week? There was this particular airline that was supposed to be, and there was an issue. It's one of those. Namibia.
That's one African country. Is it Namibia?
It's one of those.
They're trying to actually take the airlines from them
from them.
because they're in crisis. There's financial issues.
There's an issue, man.
I
Okay.
think poor management plays a role in all these things.
Well,
so
yeah.
it's something we need to look at as well.
Mm.
Well, moving away from disturbing news in Tunisia, we're going to Mozambique, where we're reading from the Noticias, and the headline says, School Year 2021, Education acquires more than 20 million books.
Okay.
So the Ministry of Education and Human Development, MINED, has acquired 20,625,870 free distribution books from 1st to 7th class, as well as teacher manuals and scripts for this school year, which are scheduled to start on March 22nd.
Right. Okay.
Now, at this time, about 16% of this material, which is 4,138,276 books, is already in the national territory, and the rest are expected to arrive by the end of this month for its distribution. So, Minda spokeswoman Gina Guibunda told News that the books purchased were 3,270,000. Okay.
You want to take that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she said that of the books, the total 20 million that were purchased,
right.
305 or
Okay.
3.5 million of the books are for bilingual teaching.
Okay.
And the books of the first and second classes are notebooks, and those of the other classes must be returned at the end of the year.
right.
Yeah, so the source is she's actually calling on parents and guardians to help with the conservation so that they can be used by other children in subsequent years. I think we did this
Some
when I
time
was in-
back.
yeah.
I used to take the books home and then
At
bring
the
it
end
back
of the
at
year,
end of
yes, you have to
yeah.
submit them.
And if you don't, you pay.
That's the thing.
Okay.
Well, it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just okay. I think I should keep my thoughts to myself in this regard. But
Really?
it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Absolutely. Something to enhance education and to get the people and students learning materials. I think it's a good thing. The only issue is sometimes some of these books go and they don't come back again. You have to go back and recycle and bring them back again, and then it goes out there and not a good one. But generally, it's for the benefits of enhancing education. Super.
That's all we have for headlines across Africa.
Yeah, you have something, but you just don't want to let it out. Well, that is fine. This is how we do it on the Africa Daily Show. Headlines across Africa. We just visited Zambia, Tunisia, and Mozambique.